YouTube, what's good, man? It's Mike right here, back again with another video. For any new viewers, please subscribe to the channel. All I do is talk about boxing. I'm gonna talk about this fight. I just missed this Friday, man. It was an ESPN fight. Curtis Showtime Stevens. He took on this guy from France named Hassan. He's a good fighter, man. He only has one loss. It was a good fight on ESPN. Now, everybody know who Curtis Showtime Stevens is. And I ain't gonna lie, man. If I had a nickname called Showtime, I would want my fights to be on Showtime. Like, why the fuck would you give me a nickname Showtime and I'm not fighting on Showtime? Like, really? Like, you trying to put me on ESPN and, HBO? I don't think so. No. I want the Showtime boxing, Showtime boxing money, or the Showtime, championship boxing money. I don't want no ESPN money, no HBO money, no, what's that other fucking network? NBC4 network. I don't want none of them. I don't want none of that money. I want Showtime money. But anyway, man, the fight between Curtis Stevenson, Hassan Endem, it was a good fight, man. I watched it yesterday. Great fight. Anyway, the build up, man, it wasn't really crazy, but anyway, Curtis Stevenson basically, talking shit, basically saying, once he sees my speed, he go basically, in other words, he's basically gonna knock him out, and once he feel my power, it's gonna be night night. Something along them lines. He said something like that, Curtis Stevens. Anyway, man, it was a good fight, like I said. Curtis Stevens, now 27-4. He took a loss. His record now, 27-4. And the other guy, he has like one loss, and I think his only loss, Hassan Endem, was to Peter Quillen. Now this fight was for the IBF Eliminator, for the IBF middleweight championship of the world. Now we know Curtis Stevens is just coming off his loss against Gennady Golovkin, Triple G, GGG, whatever you want to call him. It's supposed to be his comeback fight. Now Curtis Stevens, like I said, he's about 5'6" to 5'7". This other guy is about 5'11", so he has a 4 to 5 inch height difference. So before you fight a guy, you scout a guy, you look at tapes, you be like, okay, this guy do this good, he do that bad, he can box, he can move, he can pivot left, pivot right, step back, he know how to move around the ring, jab, whatever. You do that before you fight a guy. Okay, in this fight, Curtis Stevens got knocked down once, I think in the ninth, and then he loses a unanimous decision. Now the guy, Hassan Endem, he's not a big puncher at all. He's not a big puncher. He has, decent punching power, but he's not a big puncher. So anyway, Curtis Stevens is short, like I said, the other guy's taller. After 3 or 4 rounds, you realize you're getting out boxed. I'm not gonna say Curtis Stevens for the bad fight. He didn't. He had good head movement, and he was trying to be a little technical with it. But after you realize you're getting out boxed for the first 3 or 4 rounds, by that point you should have been done, sold out your game plan, and by that point basically rush in there and try to take this guy's head off. Like for an example, I'm pretty sure you guys seen, with Sugar Ray Leonard for Tommy Hearns. Tommy Hearns, I'm pretty sure, Leonard looked at tapes. Tommy Hearns can box, he's tall, he's fast, he punch hard, he know how to move, this and that, whatever. After, Leonard got out boxed for like the first, 4 or 5 rounds, Leonard basically saw his game plan of winning it and started slugging with him, because you're the shorter guy, and the other guy can box well. You can't outbox him, so you have to go on the inside, sell out your game plan, and try to take this guy's head off. Curtis Stevens, he didn't do that to like the last round, like the last 30 seconds of the round. That's when this motherfucker want to go in there and sell his game plan and try to, knock his head off. He should have did that earlier in the fight, like I said, like the first 3 or 4 rounds. Once he realized he was getting outboxed, he wasn't getting on the inside, he was down, 3 or 4 rounds. That's when he should have basically been like, fuck the game plan, I'm going to go in there and I'm going to make it a dog fight and basically try to knock this guy out. Now, Curtis Stevens has the power to knock the guy out. I think he hurt him a couple times, but, once he hurt him, the guy basically, tied him up immediately, but basically, snuffed him, trying to, throw any more punches. But like I said, the other guy fought smart, man. He know how to, pivot left, pivot right. He know how to take a step back. This guy has pretty good speed. He know how to jab. He know how to move around the ring. I'm pretty sure a lot of people saw this fight. A lot of you gonna be like, oh, this guy ran and he didn't give Curtis Stevens a chance to, hit him. I'm like, the name of the boxing game is to hit and not be hit. If you're gonna say he ran, in that case, you might as well say Muhammad Ali ran his whole career. You might as well say, Sugar Ray Leonard ran. What's the guy that fought Canelo his last fight? The guy from Cuba. Damn it. Y'all know what I'm talking about. If I get his name, I'll think of it. I'll, say his name. But Y'all know I'm talking about the guy from Cuba. In that case, you might say he ran. You know, for any casual box, that's something you would think a casual boxing fan would say. I wouldn't, expect that from, real hardcore, boxing fan. Some people out there that say they're real boxing fans, I wouldn't expect that from them. But I'm pretty sure some, hardcore, diehard boxing fans out there that say, a lot of these fighters are running, and, Mayweather's running. I mean, come on now. It's not running. It's called boxing. It's not running. So anyway, like I said, man, Curtis Stevens is basically winning there earlier. Like I said, saw his game plan and try to knock this guy's head off. He didn't do that till like the last round. This guy was basically picking him apart, moving around the ring, pivoting left, pivoting right, jabbing, spinning him and doing this and that, and he basically had the speed advantage. And Curtis Stevens basically before it talking about his speed, and once he once he feel his power, it's gonna be night night and this, that, and third. And it wasn't nothing like that, man. Not trying to say, Stevens is a bad fighter. He's a damn good fighter, man. It's just he waits too late to sell out his game plan. Now he was talking about, getting a rematch with, Triple G, Gennady Golovkin. I don't think he can. Gennady Golovkin is taller. And I think it would just be the same way he gets, knocked out or, TKO'd or, whatever. I don't think I never seen, Triple G hurt, so I don't even think Curtis Stevens can punch hard enough to even hurt, Gennady Golovkin. But this fight here was for the IBF Eliminator for the, belt that Sam King Solomon owns, the guy from Australia. He's a veteran in the game. He has 44 wins and, 6 losses with 18 knockouts. He's not a big puncher, but he's a vet in the game. He's from the land down under Australia. But he has a fight coming up this Saturday against I forgot the opponent's name, but Sam King Solomon has a fight coming up this Saturday. And I guess whoever wins between Sam King Solomon and his opponent will take on Hassan for the IBF middleweight belt. Now if Sam King Solomon wins Saturday, then he'll be taking on Hassan. Now what's strange is if those two fight, I think Hassan will beat him. I think he's younger, he's fresher, he know how to move, he know how to box. I see him beating Sam King Solomon now. The only loss, Hassan has is against Peter Quillen. He lost a, unanimous decision. And, Sam King Solomon lost to, people like, what's the guy that fought Mosley? Guy from Australia. Damn, I can't think of these people's names for nothing. Anyway, Sam King Solomon, the point I'm trying to make is Sam King Solomon has a few losses. He's been, stopped, knocked out one time. He lost, a few decisions. So anyway, I just think, if Sam King Solomon wins his fight Saturday, whoever wins that fight will take on, Hassan for the IBF, middleweight championship of the world. So, y'all hit me up with any questions, comments, and let me know what y'all thought of, Friday ESPN's fight against, Stevens and Hassan. And holler at me. I'm out, all right? Peace.